Okay, we experienced a short technical issue. Looks like we disconnected for a second. So we are reconnected now as far as I'm aware. We've got the chat up if anyone would like to confirm. I see a phew, which kind of indicates that we're live. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that some of the last things that I said were not picked up. So I'm going to start towards you approaching the town.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you approach, you will have seen several people. Oh no. You're back, but I can't see you. I can see me. Just gonna hit refresh and see what pops up. I wonder if that might be a technical issue for a specific person.
She said, oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind. Mariah can see us. Okay, cool. All right, so you are approaching the town.
Yes.
I'm sorry, everyone. I hear vibrations going off everywhere. I think that some of our cast members may have panicked when we went down. So there's a lot of vibrations going on in the background. I don't know if the mics are picking up any of that, but it's happening. It's slightly distracting. So as you approach, you see a few people.
Yeah.
It's not a large group. The miners are all busy. You know, everyone has their own things that they need to do. And while this is an important occasion, it's not something that is particularly important to everyone that's here. You do have a friend, Merla. As you approach, you'll lock eyes with her. She will have been waiting for you, checking for your arrival because she knows that this is an important day for you. And likewise, the mining foreman, Perrin, he would be there, as well as the overseer of the town in general, Alexi, will also be present. And then the rest will be not nameless faces, because you will have been here long enough that you will recognize most people and likely even know the names of most people. But the general connection
More
is...
so acquaintances.
Yeah, they're more acquaintances than they are like your friend Merla.
Yeah.
So, we're preparing for this ribbon cutting ceremony where officially we go live. We're good to go. You know that it's gonna work, whatnot. As you approach before this happens, what would you like to do?
Well, I think I would stop at the border of the trees.
Okay.
And just take a few minutes to watch, more so. Kind of take a moment to reflect, and then step out and, you know, greet Merla and probably try to give Perrin a spoon.
Okay.
Does he take it?
Is that what you're doing first? You're giving Perrin a spoon?
I'm gonna say hi to Merla.
Okay, all right. So Merla will greet you. You know, excited to see you. Probably attempt to embrace you in some way. After that, approaching Perrin, you hand him a spoon.
It's a shiny spoon. It's a nice one.
Okay, so he reaches out because you.
Yeah, just
Are
hello.
presenting
Hey, I
him
have
with
something
something.
for you.
And he takes the spoon and quizzically thank you.
You're welcome.
And he just puts it in his pocket.
I'm gonna turn to Merla and go, this is the first time he's been nice.
Merla will look at you and she's just kind of bowed her head, trying not to laugh. And Perrin just and then turns away, and he goes on about his business.
Yep. Take no offense. It is my mission to make the man smile.
No smile.
Yeah, I figured.
No smile. It was pretty deadpan.
I'm happy for the thank you.
Yeah. I would roll for perception.
Okay. Oh, 12?
Okay. You get the distinct impression that this thank you was less out of kindness and more out of appreciation that Perrin recognizes that he's probably not going to be seeing you as often anymore.
Of course. It's fine. I will make sure to bring back a trinket the next time I'm home.
Okay. All right. So you see Perrin over with Alexi. You know, they're fiddling with some things, and Perrin is yelling orders at various people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are you doing out here? Get back to work. You know, talking to the miners and whatnot. And Alexi he's just kind of a hushing motion, the physical without an actual shush.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Perrin, it's an auspicious occasion. You know, we're excited. This is a lot's happening today. Let the people watch. Let them enjoy. Don't slack. But I guess you can watch for now. And goes on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the general going-ons of what's happening around you. The ribbon cutting is fast approaching.
Mm-hmm.
They were just waiting for everyone to officially be here,
Mm-hmm.
and you were probably the last arrival. So
Early up, late to come.
we'll be getting started soon.
Yeah.
But in the interim of that starting, would you like to say anything to Merla? Have any more interactions?
Who is here besides Alexi? Like, is he the only one I'm noticing, or did they send someone else that is the same ranking? Did they send someone like the purification specialist? So who besides the general population and Alexi, really?
So, as far as the rest of the people who are present, you're not seeing anyone outside of the miners, and then you'll see two guardsmen
Mm-hmm.
that look similar to how Alexi will have arrived nearly 2 decades ago.
Years ago, yeah.
However, no one that you recognize,
Mm-hmm.
and sorry, I'm getting down to
You're fine.
a list of people that you've interacted with in the past,
Mhm.
so that I don't miss anybody. That's for you. All right. So, the two guardsmen that have arrived, they are posted on the left and right side of the basin,
Mm-hmm.
watching it, and they don't look really like they're working.
Mm-hmm.
They're posted like they're working,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't give the appearance that they're like guarding anything. They're not checking anything out, watching anybody. They're very relaxed is probably the wrong word, but they definitely are not stiff in appearance, and maybe even look a little bit frustrated.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I'm definitely not gonna ask them what's going on.
Okay.
I have learned I don't get great answers. But I am going to keep an eye out
Okay.
Just to see if their body language changes or if like someone's just like, hey, let's go, whispering to them or something. Just keeping an eye out. I'll go talk to Alexi, shake his hands, thank him for the 2 decades of helping protect nature, because that's amazing. And ask him what his future plans are. Like, what is he gonna do now?
Great. So, Alexi will smile at you graciously for your praise, and of course, it was my pleasure. I mean, what'll I be doing? I don't know. I've not received any orders of what'll be happening after this. I do know that I will be staying here for a couple of moons.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure everything goes smoothly. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. But there's always a possibility, something could happen. Someone didn't bolt the right thing or use the wrong sand. So just making sure that everything continues to go smoothly, and a couple months from now, if everything is still good, I'll be good to go, and I will officially head out.
Not sure what I'm gonna do yet either. I hope good things for both of us. So, and then I will, kind of nod my head and walk off towards the purification center.
Okay. When you go to turn away, Alexi's turning as well, and then you see him suddenly jerk back at you. What?
Okay. Yes?
No, nothing. It's probably just a trick of light. And he goes on about his business.
I look around to see if anyone else saw it, or just anyone else is curious to anything going on.
I mean, you can roll for perception.
Does a passive of 22 do anything?
A passive of 22? So...
I can also roll.
No, you're good, you're good. So the people that were around, everyone's busy. They're doing their own thing.
Okay.
Merlo was watching you, but she was behind you.
Okay. Is Lexi walking away, or...
Yeah. He's, unless you stop him.
Grab his arm.
Oh, what is it?
What was that? What did you see?
It's just a flash of light. Oh.
From where?
I don't know. It looked like a reflection.
On me, or something else?
It was on you.
Was it these?
Your markings?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Maybe. I mean, it was like if someone reflects light from a mirror, it just like across your face.
Okay.
It was just weird.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna stand waiting for the ribbon cutting ceremony. Little perturbed. On guard, a little bit more.
Okay. Alexi walks over. He's with the 2 guardsmen, and you can't really hear what's going on, but he makes some gestures. He hands one of them something, and he's like, and he shakes his head, and the guys are like, and then as he walks away, you see the guards stretch out a cord in front of the basin, and they just hold it there.
Okay.
Alexi begins to gather. He's, motioning people around. He's, come here, come. We're gonna get started soon. And people file around. They're like 8 or so people.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but
small hamlet to begin with.
Yeah. People come. And he's like, I remember when we first started working on this project. It seemed like it was only yesterday. Working with Ivia and Perrin to get things done here and just make sure that the people have been taken care of and that the jungle has been protected and just that generally just everyone was happy. It's been an interesting process. I didn't expect to feel this positive about being shipped off to a mining settlement. Trees and nature and wildlife are, of course, my first love. And I guess we're on the outskirts of the jungle. And I have been in city life for quite a while before this. So it's been a good time for me. I hope it's been a good time for all of you as well. And then he looks over to you and he's, Ivia? Would you like to do the honors?
Sure.
And then he goes to hand you a pair of shears.
Mm-hmm.
And the cord. And there's a few people clap and whatnot, and Perrin immediately was like, how nice! You three, get back to work. That was it. And it's officially complete.
Gotta look at Perrin. See you next year, Perrin.
Don't rush back. And then continues on into the direction of not the mines. I mean, yes, the mines, but most likely he's going to his office.
Yeah, I assumed as soon as the hoopla was done, he was
Oh yeah.
out.
He was done with it.
Yeah. Okay.
So everyone begins to disperse.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna take a peek back over at the guards.
great. The guards, now that the cord has been cut, they've moved off over and they're leaning against a building, kind of arms crossed, like they don't really care what's going on. They're just chilling out, talking, saying, hey, yeah, how are the kids?
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Okay.
Just being friends.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna look to see what Alexi and Merla are doing.
Okay. So Alexi and Merla, they started talking soon after. Merla similarly asked Alexi what it is that he would be doing. Alexi, really? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go here, maybe I'll go there. First, of course, I'll have to return to Bolt Royal and see if I'm needed elsewhere. But for now, I'll be here for the next couple of moons.
Well, I guess I should figure out what I want to do with the next year of my life, huh?
I mean, it sounds like you've got time.
Yeah, time. Lots of time.
And then Merla just, oh, Evie, your cheeks flashed.
What is it? And then I'll look at Alexi. Was that what you saw before?
Kind of. It was more like fast across your face.
Yeah. Okay. Look inside myself. See what I feel, how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on internal stuff now.
Okay. All right. So
kind of like tune out everything and just focus.
So you get not an overall bad feeling,
Mm-hmm.
but stress. You are feeling stress.
Can I pinpoint a direction or location and mileage?
You're not feeling a particular location for stress. It's a general feeling
Okay.
that there could be something wrong, not that there is something
Yeah.
wrong.
Go look at Alexi. Do you know of anything happening today? Anything else with this? Anyone out here?
No.
Because if they flashed, something could be wrong.
I mean, we had a couple of guards come in for the ribbon cutting, but
Did they see anything on their way?
I don't know. Hey guys. Alexi pulls him over. He's like, "Did you guys see anything on your way through?" And general vague responses. And we came straight here. We portaled through. So we didn't really go anywhere upon arrival. And that's kind of the vague responses you're getting from them.
Okay, so I wouldn't know. I would know something could be generally wrong somewhere, but I don't know where, nor how far. But if I'm feeling it, it's obviously in or close to my jungle. Could I go over and ask?
The jungle?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm gonna walk back over, kind of walk a few feet, 10 feet in maybe, touch some trees on my way, kind of like imbuing my feelings into this of wanting to protect and like hoping they'll receive it and respond.
Okay. So immediately, you hear several type whispers, and what you're getting back from the trees around you is not anything specific. They're, they don't know of anything. Nothing's been happening for them. They're not connected to anything that's in danger. But you immediately get a feeling of cooperation, even without officially asking, like, we need to find out what's happening. You can feel the jungle coordinating.
Yeah.
Getting their bearings and feeling out, what's happening, where are things happening. And it starts immediately upon you touching your first tree.
Okay. All right. Gonna hang around for maybe a few more minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go back to Alexi and Merla, because even though they flashed, it doesn't mean something is. And the trees aren't telling me anything. So I'm going to be very, not irritated, but hesitant to be away for too much longer. But I'm going to make sure I keep my awareness about me.
Okay. So when you make your way back to Alexi and Merla, Merla immediately will be like, wait, what's going on? I mean, you said that when your markings glow, that meant something was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell where. And I asked, and they can't tell me if anything is wrong either. Nothing's there.
I mean, could it just be far away?
It might be, but I mean, with hundreds of miles, I mean, I can try tree striding everywhere, but...
And then,
I would only know to go north.
Okay. And Alexi, I mean, I can't tree stride, but I mean, I could fly overhead, and see if I see anything.
I mean, if it's possible to narrow down an area, but as of right now, there's nothing. I can search every tree, but there's time.
Yeah.
If something's wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I'll head out. I'll see if I can see anything overhead.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And then you just, if I come back and I found something, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
If you find something, by all means, don't wait for me.
Yeah.
And he just
I am going to, I'm gonna wait like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Max.
Okay.
Max. Because I am on edge. So I'll let him fly over, anything like that. If he does not come back quickly, I'm gonna just start hopping trees. I mean,
Great.
1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna keep going
Great.
until I see what's wrong.
All right. So about a minute later, your arms are a full glow.
As soon as that happens, I'm gone.
All right.
I'm gone.
All right. Roll for history.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Magnificent. Okay. So you would recognize of places that you consider to be significant in the forest. The jungle has several tribes, places like that where people are currently residing. The outskirts of the forest, not super important per se, technically, you could have someone on the outskirts, similar to what happened in the mining hamlet, where people are, chopping trees down for supplies. You have a large border, though.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got tribes, you've got the Rune Woods,
Mm-hmm.
and the northwest border is where the Stone Nexus would be. So that's kind of like the general layout of things that exist in and around the Mistwood Tangle. So, important parts first.
Yeah. I would hit the Stone Nexus first.
Okay. All right. So, tree striding. Boom, boom. Something that you're capable of doing inside of your domain. You pop out, and when you come out of the tree to where the Stone Nexus is, there's no one around. Nothing in particular is happening there. Do you want to investigate anything?
No, I want to check the Rune Woods real quick.
Okay.
So my plan would be, I would want to see first. It would be very quick moments. Pop in. See if anything on first sight. If not, then I will go back and start slowly investigating.
Great. All right. So
I have less of an interest to investigate the villages, though.
Okay.
Because I know they are well protected.
Great. So you jump through another tree and you pop out near the Rune Woods that surround the Whispering Rapids.
Mm-hmm.
There's miles of Rune Woods around the Whispering Rapids. So when you first pop out, so you've got, here's like the plateau, right? You've got a large plateau in the center of your jungle.
Mm-hmm.
And then on either side of the plateau, the Whispering Rapids come down until they connect at the base of the plateau.
Mm-hmm.
And then that river continues through your jungle to the east. What section are you trying to pop out at?
How far? I'm still feeling like something is a little off.
Oh yeah, for sure. You've got a bad feeling and your arms have not stopped glowing.
Does that pinpoint a location closer?
It does not help you find the location. It just makes you aware that there is a problem.
Okay. Let's start. Stone Nexus is northwest, the top, which is like the whole area.
So if we were to like shift, right, we've got the rivers come off here, the Stone Nexus would be up here.
Okay. I'd go for you to be east, opposite side. Stone Nexus over here.
Okay. You're gonna be on the east side?
Yeah.
Where the river meets?
Yeah, pop there first.
Okay. When you first pop out, immediately you don't see anything at the river's edge where it connects.
Okay. I'd go to the next corner.
On the opposite side of the river?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we're talking the southeast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, southeast corner. Again, pop out. You're not seeing anything important.
Okay. Go back to the Stone Nexus.
Okay.
And come out, investigate.
Okay. So if you're taking time to investigate, immediately you're going to hear from the trees and things that surround you that there were some people that came from the Nexus and they entered the forest in this area not 2 hours ago.
Okay. Can I look for... So, two things. Could I ask the trees which way?
Yeah.
And start following the path they took on foot.
You want to go on foot.
I will go alongside their path, but through the trees, so I can go a little quicker.
Okay. So the trees would tell you that they traveled south, just immediate south. So Nexus, and then like just straight down. And
Southeast was nothing.
right.
East was the water connections. So let's go south.
All right. So on the southwestern portion, where the jungle meets like the mountainside, you tree stride. You know, you jumping out every few hundred feet.
Yep.
And jumping in and out, you can see the path that would have been traveled by people. And it takes you a little bit because you are intentionally taking more shallow jumps.
Yeah, I'm making sure I'm going the right way.
Yeah. So I would say it takes you about 10 minutes.
Okay. Still hundreds of miles. I'll call that a win.
Right. So about 10 minutes through, you finally see some people. And right off the bat, these people don't necessarily look like they're doing anything wrong. What are you doing?
So I'm going to step out, staff down. I'm going to say Ivia up, or not Ivia, Ari up, and I'm going to have her check things out.
Okay. So Arya, flies up into the air, and she flies towards where the people would have been. So she's above the treetops at this point. And when she gets above the treetops, describe your 3rd level animal guide ability to me.
I'm able to see, hear, smell using their senses up to a mile away.
Great. So when the when Ari, I'm getting there. When Ari flies up into the sky, what she's looking at is some smoke in the distance and what appears to be an opening in the trees.
I would immediately go there through the tree. Like, I would know the closest one. I would just hop.
Great. So when you pop back through this area, what you're looking at is the outskirts of the runewood trees that are on the border of the Whispering Rapids. There were a couple of trees, not rune woods, but there were a couple of other trees that had been caught fire. And then it looks like one of the rune woods, the branches have been chopped off haphazardly. Clearly, there's been several people here because you've only known about this potential danger for an hour and a half. It's been a relatively short experience, so you know that this was not the workings of one person. And as you look around, you see ash piles, but there were no trees there, so not entirely sure where these ash piles came from. And the rune woods that are around the singular tree that did have its branches kind of chopped at and removed, you see them kind of swaying a little more aggressively than what the wind would cause at this moment in time. And just a general unrest in the area that you are.
Okay. Do I see anyone?
At this moment in time, you do not see anyone.
Okay, I'm going to start walking around, checking on things, seeing what's left, trying to put any fires out.
Okay. What do you have in the way of water magic?
Druidcraft would be harmless effect, so...
Druidcraft would put out a
showers?
small fire. It snuffs out, I think it says a small fire pit.
Yeah.
So that would be a controlled fire that you could put out with that.
Yeah. For water, I could hit it with cold, but it wouldn't douse it. So I would more than likely have to tree stride back and get water, and then see if there can be any help or put out fire. How big is the fire?
There's a couple of trees that are on fire right now. It's not huge, and it's not presently spreading. The trees that are on fire almost look as if they're reaching away from the other trees that are around it.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely just tree stride back and get water and start.
Okay. So you're near the Whispering Rapids. And where are you tree striding to? Are you going to the town for assistance? Are you what's happening?
How much water would it take? 'Cause like me looking at these fires, how much water would it take to put them out? Do I have the ability to make that happen with just getting the closest bucket, anything, and dousing? Or would I have to have assistance?
It would be very questionable for
Okay.
you. It is possible that the fire would spread in the time that it would take you by yourself.
Okay, then.
I would also note that you can't tree stride other people. The location that you're at is several hundred miles away. So I would be looking for help outside of the hamlet.
Knowing where I'm at, what is the closest thing to me?
The closest thing to you right now is the plateau.
So there's no people, no villages, no nothing.
Well, you do know of the...
I know the villages, but which ones are there?
On the plateau.
Yeah.
Full city.
Okay, then I would go immediately there.
Okay. So you approach quickly, of course. What are you saying to the people, their groups?
Yeah. Someone's trying to burn down the Rune Woods.
Okay.
Which they would be, I feel like that would incite something because that's close to their borders. What can we do to put them out?
Okay, so are you just talking to a person?
I am shouting it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when you approach the...
Yeah, if there's groups of people around, I would shout it out, ask for help. You're
in a harpy village.
Yeah.
So you're, in a panic, there's a fire, the Rune Woods they're catching fire. The harpies that are around you would, of course, be shocked. What's happened? How did this happen? No one's really asking questions, but everyone is kind of panicked. And then someone, from behind says, take us there. And they wait for you to direct them.
Okay. And I would... So, knowing that they can fly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They would not be able to sense me phasing in and out, so it wouldn't be a just straight destination. I would tell them to go south, and I would...
You're on the plateau, which is south of where you were.
Okay. So then I would tell them to go north.
Okay.
And I would pop out halfway.
Okay.
To make sure that I can still direct them for the little last final thing. And then I would get to the end to kind of stop them.
Okay. All right. The harpies that, hear your story, they begin to gather these pouches that they're strapping around their waists, and, they take flight, jumping off the side of the plateau and just soaring through. And you'll see them coming from the distance of where it is that you're located. And they will see the smoke. So
okay, so I wouldn't have to pop out. Yeah, okay, cool.
So they're coming through, and the harpies that you see, they begin to release things from the pouch. It's not water though. They're releasing dirt, dust, sand, things to douse the trees. And they 10 or so of these harpies are doing this, and the first tree is relieved of its flames almost immediately. You see a circle, they're going back because they need to replenish what it is that they're doing, and you're on the ground seeing, what's going on.
Yeah.
You recognize that this particular thing is being addressed. What are you doing?
I am looking to see if I can find the people.
Okay. So, you know that you've already seen a few people, and at this point, they are directly north of your location, potentially traveling back to
I
the Stone
would
Nexus.
immediately travel through. I would try to make sure that I land on the tree closest in front of them.
So, right before you jump, Alexi is gonna swoop down, and he looks at you, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, is this what was happening?"
Yeah.
He's like, "What? I mean, it looks like the trees are being taken care of. What can I help with?"
I'm trying to find the people who did this.
Do you know where they're at?
I think they're going back north on the path.
Well, let's go.
Yeah.
And you both just head off. Alexi, if your tree striding is going to be behind you.
Yeah.
When you come out of the tree, where are you at in relation to these people?
Obviously the tree is not going to be directly on the path, so path goes this way. The closest tree, I would walk out and try to stand right in front of them, staff down.
Okay.
And I would take a few minutes, not a few minutes, maybe like 10-15 seconds, because I would be probably 30 to 50-ish feet in front of them. And I would immediately, when I put my staff down, I would have a couple of just vines coming up, just kind of around the staff area. If they tried to pass me, I would like to entangle them, just their feet.
So entangle the area.
Just entangle the area if they try to go past. But first, I would like to ask, what are you doing here?
Okay. So when you walk out, staff down.
Yeah.
The two people clearly have runewood branches. There's no hiding it. And there's an immediate, gasp of surprise. They didn't expect anyone to pop out. They assumed that their path was clear, and they didn't sense anyone ahead of them. And the first guy just says, "Get out of our way, we're leaving."
I would immediately entangle
the area.
Yeah, and I would have some of the vine. So entangle the area, which for me is 2 spell points. So, and then I would use the vine to, like a palm vine, to snatch the runewood out from them and to set it back down.
All right.
And 1 peat can carry 300 pounds. Yeah. So.
All right. Do we have an assigned total for a strength saving throw for this check?
Not that I know of, no.
What is your? It would be.
Just for entangle?
I think it's 8 plus your spell modifier. So
Yes.
it would be 8 plus 3 plus your proficiency bonus, if I'm correct. If I'm wrong, please don't come after me.
So is this a strength check for entangle?
It would be a strength check to prevent from being restrained
Okay.
for these individuals.
Okay. So would that be bind person instead?
No, that is the spell entangle.
Oh, okay.
So the way the spell works is you entangle an area which causes it to be rough terrain. But then the creatures, if there are any creatures inside of that area, they have to make a strength saving throw or be restrained by the plants that have entangled.
Yeah. Okay.
So, do you have a +3 for your proficiency?
+2. Level 2.
+2. Okay. And then what is your spellcasting modifier?
Charisma.
What is it? The plus?
Oh, +2.
2. So 4 to 8 would be a 12. Failed 1, failed 2. All right, so both of these individuals are restrained at the moment.
Write that down so if you have to do it again. Okay. One vine would come out for a point of just to kind of snatch the branches, what they took off, because I assume they're lugging it or pulling it, just to put it back into the forest.
Okay, they're restrained, and your vines can latch on to any of your goal anything that you have a goal for, as long as it's not
over 300 pounds.
Stopped in any way or over 300 pounds. So you're good.
Okay.
Doesn't require a roll. You successfully pull away the branches that they had. They're entangled at their feet.
Yes.
But the guys who had the branches from the rune wood, whenever the vines just, they're just gonna, hey, those are ours.
They're not.
General frustrations,
Who said you could take them?
Nope. Roll for initiative.
Okay. Ooh, and I'm in nature. 19.
Great. So you have the first move.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Let's see. Real quick, I would definitely... I hate this because I've been in a similar situation. And I Alright. I've learned from my mistakes. And my, I guess action or bonus action, however you want to do it, is I'm going to try to reason with them one more time.
Okay.
And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to hit them with a thunder wave.
Okay.
Because they've endangered.
Nope. No, you don't have to reason with me. No, I understand.
That's what I would do. I'll try to reason with them one last time. Like, give them their last chance and explain to them this is their last chance.
Great. So you tell the guys, you're like, tell me what it is that you're up to.
Yeah. And you can walk away.
And the general response to that is that they're not interested in helping you.
All right, I'm not going to feel bad about it then. Okay. Thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube must make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Is it a specific creature, or is it both of them? It's a 15-foot cube, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we got a 15 and a 19. What do we got?
19. Spell save is 13.
Both saved. Okay, so what does that mean?
Half damage, I believe. In addition, on a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage, and they're not pushed away. Which can't be pushed away anyway, but half as much damage. So that would be 2d8. Oh. 6 damage.
6 halved?
Halved, 3.
So 3 damage. So both of our little dudes.
Yeah.
Alright. So, of course, you... hold on. I think after Entangle's cast, it's just cast. I want to make sure that it's not
That's one of the only things I don't have written down.
No, you're good. It is concentration.
Mm-hmm. Thunder Wave is instant, no concentration.
Okay, you're good. So, these guys are, pushed,
Mm-hmm.
and, hit relatively hard.
Mm-hmm.
And you just hear a general scoffing, like, they're still not really interested in being particularly helpful. We're going to do a strength saving. So we've got a 14 for our first guy and an 18 for our other guy. And what did we say? It was a 12?
To hit, or, oh no,
Strength.
strength DC is, yeah, the 12.
Okay. So they are officially unentangled.
Okay, can I touch a tree and call for some type of chasing animal? Just ask for them to come forth.
Wow.
Not to
Wow.
attack, but to chase them out.
No, I like that.
I know the general, animals that are in here,
Yep.
but I don't know, the full names or lists. But yeah, some type of intimidating creature that would be connected to my jungle, that would happily chase these people out of their jungle.
Yeah. So, Alexi,
Mm-hmm.
suddenly, not Alexa, bursts through the trees.
Yeah.
And is just in a kind of a flapping motion. Just does,
Oh, Alexa wanted help.
Yeah.
Wanted to help.
Alexa off. We're gonna have to mute that. So coming down out of the trees, does a real heavy flap to stop himself really quick. And Alexi is going to attempt to kick these guys in the back and knock them over. Okay. Okay, all right. Alexi successfully knocks both of these guys in the back, and the intention was a push
Yeah.
to knock them over. So we've got a 2 and a 3 for points of damage.
I am, as soon as I see Alexi, I don't want him to be frightened of what I call. So I'm gonna touch whatever's closest to me and just say still come but no chase yet.
Okay.
So
the guys, they are knocked prone.
Mhm.
And now that they've been knocked over, Alexi is behind them, you're in front of them.
Mhm.
Alexi just kind of, are these the guys?
Yeah, can you do something about them or do I need to?
We can arrest them.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so Alexi goes to grab one of the guys.
Mhm.
And whenever he grabs them from the back, he goes to yank one of them up and starts to
Mhm.
wrap their arms and whatnot so that he can get them together. And whenever he's getting this guy up and pulled around, he goes to reach for the next gentleman and he turns to ash.
The next gentleman turns to ash.
The one that Alexi was not trying to entangle just turns to ash. And how do you react to that?
I'm a little stumped, stupefied.
Okay.
I've seen some weird things in my time, but that may be the weirdest.
Okay.
Do you know what that was? Talking to Alexi.
Alexi's like, I didn't do that. And he kind of, the guy maneuvers him. He was like, what happened? What happened to your friend? Where did he go? Very confused. And the gentleman that
Is binded.
is bound, by the ropes that Alexi will have tied behind his back. He just says, not with you. And then,
Okay, I'm officially creeped out. Can I investigate the ashes?
absolutely.
Alright, I'm gonna look down.
Roll.
Oh, it's gonna suck. 8. No, I get advantage because I'm
You
in
know
nature.
you're in nature.
21.
Much better. Much better. So you're rummaging through.
Is it Runewood ash? Is it the same ash?
The ash that you... Actually, what do you do? Explain to me what it is that you're doing with this ash. Are you just looking at it? Are you
I'm gonna
through it?
I'm gonna crouch down. My staff is like my anchor point. Taking a hand, kind of shuffling through it, rubbing it in my fingers, smell it, see if it smells like runewood, or if it's just like weird golem type of stuff.
Okay. So, as you are ruffling through, you end up finding...
Alexi?
What is it? What did you find?
It's a note.
What's it say?
Be at the Enclave before sundown, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
And he cranes his neck over. He's trying to see what it is. Oh, the letter's burnt. Sundown, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. If they're asking someone to meet someone somewhere, that would be the time. So
I'm gonna look at the sky. What?
So this morning started. You've had a really busy day so far. It's only been a few hours.
Yeah.
Since you got to the hamlet and the ribbon cutting ceremony started. So if we're using standard times of measurement, you're looking at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus. Okay.
It's relatively early. You've accomplished a lot in a few hours.
Do I notice anything else about the ashes?
So when you're fiddling, these are not trees. These are not anything. Not that you have ever investigated the ashes of people.
Yeah.
But you do recognize that these are not elemental ash.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of swoosh the staff and use Spiritcraft to just blow it into the air. Just get it out of the path.
Just spread people through the forest.
Yep. They can go back into the earth. It's okay. And I'm gonna turn around to go check on the trees that have been burnt.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's nothing left, the ashes spread. There was nothing left. Gonna go check on the things that were burnt.
Okay. So you and Alexi, you make your way back through. Are you gonna walk with him, or are you gonna tree stride?
I'll walk with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It'll take a while.
Not meandering. You definitely have a focus and a purpose, so you guys aren't walking slow, but there is some distance to cover.
Yeah.
So Alexi just looks over to you. He's like, "That was so odd. I've never seen people just turn to ash before."
I'm more worried about this letter now. Because that means it was meant for them, but now I have it. And they destroyed parts of the woods, the forest, the jungle. I have to go.
Go? To the Enclave?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to follow this letter.
Of course.
I'm gonna make sure everything's safe here, but I can't have them send more people. We've just won 40-year battle with purification. We can't start another about the Runewoods.
That's fair. And I mean, I will happily. I mean, I'll be here for at least a couple of months.
Yeah.
I'll scout things out for you if you're going to leave soon.
If this says it's sundown, I have the rest of the day.
That's not a lot of time.
No.
The Enclave is fought. Well, I mean, you do have the Stone Nexus, but it's far. It's.
How far is it? You know I haven't gone many places.
Oh. Well, I mean, It's at the southernmost tip of the continent. Kind of centrally located. It's in the swamps. I don't know how familiar geography-wise.
I don't know anything past the mountains.
Well, it's past the mountains.
I've been here for 40 years.
Well,
Okay.
I can tell you how to get there.
Yeah.
That's easy enough.
Okay.
Do you need anything?
I'm not sure yet. How long does it take to get there?
I mean, if you take the Nexus at 45 minutes.
Okay.
Because you can stride to the Nexus, and then once you make your way into Quagmire's Rest, you could probably make it to the Enclave in 15, 20 minutes. It's not a far walk. It's one street.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So I can take care of here first.
Okay. So you guys make your way into the clearing where the rune woods are.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexei looks up. He sees that the fires of the rune woods have been put out. And there's a couple of harpies left, just probably watching, keeping a lookout on what it is that happened, because they don't know exactly why the trees would have done what they did.
Yeah.
When you get there, what would you like to do?
Do I see anyone of higher standing other than just normal everyday folk?
No, you don't really recognize anyone that's there. No.
Okay.
There's 2 harpies outside of Alexei.
Mm-hmm.
Other than him, they're just, people.
Yeah.
Just random people. One of them does. Did you figure out what happened?
I was left with more questions than answers.
But the danger's gone.
It is. Thank you, and you're safe to return home.
Okay. I mean, we were glad to help.
Thank you.
And he just looks over to his friend. And then.
Yeah.
Head back on up to the plateau.
Yeah. Don't know if it's possible, but if there's any type of fruit or plant life-giving vegetables or anything. Before I leave, I want to drop off a little basket on the edge of the village.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Little note.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the trees?
I want to inspect the damage.
Okay. So the trees that were caught fire, they're alive. The fire was probably 30 minutes or so. It wasn't long.
It was enough to scar.
And it scarred the tree for sure.
Yeah.
But the core is still intact, healthy of both trees. There's what appears to be petrification of sorts, where the trees would have been full body before and stretched out, have had a decent circumference around the base of the trunk. Now it looks as though the treetops are reaching out towards the river, and they're almost stuck there.
I know with seedling magic I can't really change that.
Seedling magic. So as a nymph, your seedling magic is new, right? You create from nothing essentially.
Yeah.
But you also, as a nymph, do have the ability to, using the spirit of your jungle, you as a forest nymph, you can heal the plants and things in your domain. I shouldn't say in your domain, because really it's more general than that, but you are accessing the spirit of the forest to do it.
Do I do that at my own hit points?
No.
Or would this one just be?
This is nature magic.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not a transfer of your energy.
Yeah.
It is healing the.
I thought I could do it, but I wasn't
energy.
sure what it would be. So yeah, I would love to.
I would say we
touch
can
'em.
use seedling magic for this, for the principle.
Because it would take energy.
Yeah.
So.
So the trees that you're looking at, I think you easily can use your the tree magic that we have.
Okay.
And that would be 2 spell points per tree.
Okay. How many trees are damaged?
Just 2.
Okay.
They only caught fire to 2 trees.
I would heal both.
Okay. All right. The petrification, you see, kind of wears off, and the branches come back into their original position of where it is that they were, and the leaves begin to, take place, growing out the side of the lighter branches until the tree begins to look more full again. And Alexei looks at what it is that you're doing, and he's just like, wow, that's beautiful.
For good measure, I would try to feel around if there are any dropped seeds on the ground, and make 1 or 2 sprout. Just sprout. Start new growth as well.
Great. Easy to do. We'll call that druidcraft for the purposes of this, since you're not actually growing anything per se, just giving root. And your eye catches the chopped up rune wood. What's happening there? What are your feelings?
Can I inspect it, see how it was like? Was it just?
It was hacked away at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I? Well, no, I've already healed the tree.
You've healed the 2 other trees. Those were not rune woods. Those were just.
Oh, they weren't rune woods? Oh, I thought they were rune woods. Okay.
No, they didn't catch any rune woods on fire.
Okay, so they just chopped rune woods. Can I try to take it back to the tree and put it back on? Like.
You could try. You've not spent a lot of time with the rune woods.
Yeah. Okay.
And the fires. By the way, I should say, now that the fires have begun to dissipate, the heat, well, not begun to dissipate, but now that they are gone, the heat that was keeping the mist from the rivers at bay has
started to return.
Gone, and the mists are beginning to come back.
Yeah. I'd like to.
Wouldn't affect you, just FYI, in case you weren't aware.
I'd like to try to grab the things that were chopped off, and walk back towards the rune woods. I will try 2 things. One would be to try to heal it.
Okay.
Whether that is wrapping a vine around it and holding it on, just to make sure it can kind of regrow together, or try to reuse it in some way so that it's not a waste, while making sure it's okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd see if I could heal it first.
I'm gonna do something that's unorthodox, because this probably doesn't happen, but I need to have somewhat of a whisper conversation. So do me a favor, cut the mics for about 30 seconds for me. Thank you for that brief pause, everyone.
Yeah.
So, you are grabbing, the branches that you had pulled away from the, we will not call them gentlemen, but the men that were causing all the damage and trying to steal the rune woods. And
I assume these branches are white or yellow-white?
The branches that you are reaching on are white, yeah. That you have in your hand are white. They are the white portion of the rune wood.
Yeah.
For our viewers, Ivia the Nymph would already be aware of what these trees were to appear.
Yeah.
But we'll give a little descriptor. The area that you're in right now that the mist is beginning to kind of file back in and encompass the area once more, not enough to where Alexei feels like he needs to leave at this moment, but it is coming back to what the standard, foresty, mistwood tangle, whispering rapids environment would be.
Yeah.
You have a lot of random tree growth, oaks and whatnot that are in this forest. And then on the outskirts of the Whispering Rapids are what you know to be rune woods. Rune woods are interesting in color. They, at their base, have brown bark.
Yeah.
And the bark, as it gets higher, begins to peel away, and it begins to reveal the underside of the tree, which after the brown bark, the next color that you see in patches, you've got bark here, 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 and then you have green, a nice deep green color underneath of that bark. As you look further up into the trees, still in the trunkish area, but we're where the branches start to come off. This section begins to be yellow with no more patches of the brown bark. And then from the yellow, it branches off into white. And the rest from there is just the white branches. And then the foliage that comes from the rune woods are leaves. They're not flowers, but the leaves themselves are also a white color, and where the stems, the veins of the leaf where they would branch out to give the leaves their shape are blue.
Okay.
And that's what a rune wood looks like.
Yeah.
So generally speaking, they all look relatively just like that. You have a few younger rune woods, and the colors are not as vibrant. The leaves for some of the younger ones are still in their green phase, and for the really young trees, you just see brown trunks with a little bit of green, released at the top, because as rune woods age, their color begins to really show. So,
I'm gonna take the branches. How many are there?
6.
Okay, I'm gonna take them to where they were cut off or fallen. And I'm going to do 2 things. Since it's white, I would longingly want it, but I would not want it unless it was given to me. Because I would not want to take something that could be healed. So I'm going to try to heal them first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask if the tree, through the spirit, would let me have one. If it says no, or it wants to be healed, I will. That is my priority.
So, when you would you attempt to heal before talking to the tree, or would you talk before attempting to heal?
Talk.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just let it know, bringing these back. However we can make this better for this atmosphere, this place, the jungle's health, essentially, I would.
Is this happening out loud and Alexei can hear it, or is this your connection to the forest?
I think both.
Okay.
I think I would also say it out loud because I have a connection to the forest, but I know my connection to the Runewood's not that strong.
Okay.
So I would say both. I would think it while,
Yeah. So whenever you begin to establish this communication with the Runewoods, it's foggy in a way that you're not used to when you try and communicate with the nature and plant life around you. But it still comes through. And what you're getting is appreciation, more of a feeling of appreciation.
Yeah.
But also an acceptance that there's not much that you can do.
Okay.
The Runewoods don't really give an explanation because mostly you're not getting words, you're getting
feelings.
Yeah.
And energy.
Feelings of acceptance, thanks, that kind of stuff. But all in all, it's just like, we're done here. Like you've done your duty.
Yeah.
And this is what we're left with.
Yeah. So they can't. Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right. Well. Interesting. I'm now left with these. And that's more than I need. So, you want to help me carry them back?
Alexius, the branches?
Yeah.
I don't know that I can fly with that many branches. Maybe one.
Yeah. You can take one, I'll take one.
What about the other 4?
We can come back.
Huh. All right, I'm exhausted.
How about you take one back, and I'll come back for the rest.
Okay. Are you just gonna walk back? You don't have to.
No, I know.
You can.
I'm thinking of how much I can carry, like me personally, through one, because I'm not taking another being. So.
No. Well, so you would your staff.
Yeah.
Is made of runewood.
Yes.
And you would know that your staff can transport with you.
Yeah.
So you have no reason to think that you wouldn't be able to take these with you as well.
Okay. So yeah, I would take them to my house, and I would take them there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Alexi is gonna. Well, this mist is getting awfully close, so I think I'm gonna head out. Do you still want me to take one?
No, it's fine. I got it.
Okay. And he just,
yeah.
and then he just soars off into the air and most likely making his way back to the hamlet.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take a 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long it takes to take these back.
Okay.
For our viewers who don't know, I repurpose any wood that is unclaimed in the forest so that it doesn't go to waste. And one of them will be my new staff.
So, you make your way back to your home.
Yeah.
You will come out at a tree at the base of your house. Your tree house.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do?
I am gonna set these down. Do I whittle the wood or do I craft it?
You can.
If it's off the tree, it's technically dead.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can manipulate it if it's dead.
So, okay.
That's my.
Do you magically craft it? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like how did I do my staff, the furniture, anything like that?
So, you would be able to manipulate most of the woods in the forest, regardless of if they were or weren't connected.
Okay.
Similar to like a flower.
Yeah.
You pluck a flower, the flower doesn't die immediately.
Okay, gotcha.
So there's some, you can tell the difference between just a dead piece of wood and a wood that is no longer attached to something.
Okay. I'll definitely take one piece, kind of look at it, and start trying to craft a new stick. Make a little opening for my.
Are you doing this with the runewood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with one.
So with the
runewood,
no, the runewood, you cannot magically.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Manipulate the runewood.
Okay. Then I would not take the time currently to whittle it.
Okay.
I know the hamlet is okay right now. Alexi is okay right now. The stone nexus area is okay. The harpies are okay. The rune woods and the trees that were down are okay. There's this weird piece of paper with the weird ash that's now in my jungle.
Just floating around. Just people.
Don't want to think about that. I'm gonna try to figure out the time. Look at the,
It's probably noon at this point.
Okay. I am going to start packing my belongings.
Okay.
And getting ready.
Okay.
I would totally make a tiny little knapsack for Ari. And I really want that. I'm gonna work on that wood a little bit. See if I can get it done.
The whittling?
Yeah.
You've got time.
Okay.
You've got time.
Yeah.
Especially since you really you can be to the hamlet instantaneously.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be to the stone nexus almost instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You're good. You've got time. So, taking the time.
And it's not anything super intricate either.
Do you have any proficiencies with? What are your, do you have any artisan skills?
The glass blowers,
Mm-hmm.
so carving kind of stuff, attaching stuff, and herbalism.
Okay. What tools do you have at hand? You've been around for a while. I'm just asking for this particular interaction.
If I'm outside of the home, probably a shovel, a rake, a couple of pliers, tweezers kind of things,
Okay.
like grips.
If you're in your home, what do you have?
Definitely have
Because
some.
you were packing.
Yes, definitely some knives, bigger tools. Because I'd be chopping up herbs and other branches, making ashes, things
Okay.
like that. So,
this is not necessarily your profession or
No.
your skill,
Yeah.
but it's something that you, being who you are, would be able
Yeah.
to achieve.
it is a very bare bones, not very ornamental. There's just a space for my focus. And
Great.
yeah,
So you're
it's a very raw looking piece of wood.
whittling away.
Yeah.
You really just need to whittle to get like a general shape,
Yeah.
because the rune wood is what it is. There was no bark covering the wood itself, and you can feel the energy inside the staff.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty strong,
Mm-hmm.
and you expect it to stay pretty strong.
Yeah.
So, taking the time, just whittling away.
Yep.
Doing what it is that you're doing. You make your way up to the top section where you're trying to kind of hollow out a space of kind of a motion like this, trying to get all of the wood to allow for you to put a focus inside of it.
Yep.
Probably takes you a couple hours.
That's fine. Yeah.
And
I'm not taking the whole house with me, so I'd like to take this.
upon completion of the whittling process, what will you be putting inside of it?
A green aventurine.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a complete orb around it. The wood wouldn't make an orb. It would more so what I would have whittled would be almost like twigs coming around to hold it.
Okay.
Just smaller pieces of wood.
Okay.
And that'd be it.
All right. So you put the green aventurine, aventurine into the little pocket that you've created, and it feels relatively secure.
Yeah.
You even would be able to use some of your seedling magic, not to manipulate this wood, but to kind of do a wrapping around to encase it so that you feel secure about what it is that you've got there.
Okay. I would start to gather my belongings. Things I would like to take from the house for an unidentified amount of time, because I don't know what I'm getting myself into. But not so much that I am weighed down.
Okay.
And I would take one last look, close the door, look around me outside, and I would head for the hamlet to say goodbye.
Okay.
And then after the hamlet and Alexi and Merla, I would head over to Snow Nexus to start heading to the Enclave.
So you make your way to the hamlet to say your goodbyes, and Merla, of course, was expecting this, not so soon.
Yeah.
Knew that it was coming though, so she's sad. You know, there's some tears. I'm gonna miss you.
It's fine, I'll be back often though.
Okay. And Alexi pulls you over to the.
You're gonna have to change his name.
I know. I don't need to change his name. I need to change her wake word. So looks over to you and kind of pulls you over and gives you some items, mostly just folded up pieces of paper.
Okay.
And he's like, so just so that you know where it is that you're going, and of course to use the Nexus, you'll need this, and he sprinkles some diamond dust in your hand. You'll just rub the dust on your and then it says and then you'll see some world, and then just stand on top of the Nexus and take your trip there.